Hello, all you wonderful and creative humans. I'm Ellie, and I'm here to do my finished pages for December 2024. A little late, but I'm here, so let's get into it. So, this is my last month with this book. After this month, I'll be running into Amanda Color's 2025 coloring planner, which I'll talk about a little bit more in my 2025 goals video. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get into this. Sorry for the delay on my video. I really did just kind of forget that I was supposed to do this since it's been so long. For those of you who are into the numbers, I have colored 28 pages this month. And there's a reason for that. I'm going to go ahead and pull a book and then I'm going to talk a little bit about it. But I decided that because in December I rarely color, I rarely get pages done, because I think I should be coloring like I always color, you know, like with pencils and a lot of detail and coloring in my detailed books. This year I've decided to go as simple as possible. So I've got a lot of the cozy books. I have a lot of books that are very simple in nature, like kawaii books and things like that. I've also decided to use alcohol markers this month for the most part. And what else? Oh, the other criteria I put on my books this month was to try and color in as many books that have been uncolored since, as most of you know, I stopped coloring for almost a year. So I want to color in things I had purchased before, and I'm trying to color Christmas pages in books that aren't Christmas, but are also uncolored. So I'll keep a tally of that as we go. But the first book we've colored in is Coco Wild Little Spooky. And this is it my first page? It is my first page in this book. And it is a Christmas page. So here we go. We're starting already. And again, like I said, we're going with mostly alcohol markers for everything. So you'll see that for the most part, my coloring is pretty simplistic. If the first time you've been here and the first time you're seeing my hands, then you don't know. So I will let you know that normally I do not do this much alcohol marker. So check out another video or come back if you want to see me coloring different things. But this is the month for this. So I did the ghosts with a watered down gouache. And I used a white acrylic paint pen. Everything else is markers. And that's it. I did draw a border on here because, as most of you know, I don't like a floating image. So I had to unfloat it. So yeah, that is my page in Little Spooky by Coco Wild. I am really glad I chose the criteria I did for this month because it did allow me to color in small pockets of time where I did not think that I would be able to get a page done. I really like that. So sometimes you just have to do something different in order to get your goals met or your desires met, because it really isn't a goal for me to color, but I really did wish to color this season. I have colored in this book before. This is I Heart Kawaii. And I still wanted to color pages that were Christmas in non-traditional Christmas books. So I found this, which isn't technically Christmas, but with coloring, I made it look Christmas. All alcohol markers. Again, we're going to say that all the way through. I did use some paint pen on the cookie and for highlights, and I used some paint pen in the plaid I did for the tablecloth. It's barely visible, but I did add circles to the cup. Just trying out some different things. I did enjoy this page, but it is very simple and it's done, which, you know, like I said, meets my criteria this year. Next up is Spooky Moments by Jade Summer. This one I believe I colored in already. No, I know there's one of these Halloween books I've already colored in. I just don't know which one it is. I'll find it when I get there. So this is first page in this. This is Spooky Moments, Jade Summer. I think I just said that. This I did as a buddy color with David, my partner. We have a wooden advent calendar with drawers in it, and I was in charge of it this year. He normally does it. So I had chosen to put an activity for every day. And one of the days I picked was to color together. I picked some activities that he enjoys, some activities that I enjoy, so we could experience each other's things. And he chose to use pencils on his. I chose, you're going to guess, alcohol markers. And this is when I started some trend of coloring in every line with acrylic paint pens. I don't know what that is. I'm not against it. I kind of like it. But it is a trend you're going to see in the next couple of pages. I think I had more time, so I was just like, well, at least try to dress it up a little. There is a glaring difference between David's and mine, where he thought this was a hump on his back. I thought it was like a weird line, so I ignored it and colored the sky around it. Either way, they looked nice. So yeah, this was a fun time. I'm just trying to see what else there is on here. That's it. Oh, I did use stickles on the ornaments in the ground and on the tree. And yeah, that is what we did here in Spooky Moments by Jade Summer. And that book is colored in now. I also got Fuzzy Hygge by Vivi Tinta, and this one was purchased for the season, so, you know, of course I'm going to color in it. I did the advent calendar here in the front of the book, and this was done with alcohol markers and acrylic paint pens. You can see I'm starting to color in everything with the acrylic paint pens. And, yep, that's all that's on here. The things I really like in here is using the gray marker for shadows on the white things, and I really enjoyed coloring in the snowman and these candles with the blue because I really think it added to it. But this was a very fun advent calendar, very limited palette. Also, just to mention, love the color test page, which is all animals, very cute. So that was Fuzzy Hygge by Vivi Tinta. And it is not all the cozy books. Like I said, there are some kawaii books. This is not my first page in this book. Oh, wait a minute. There was two in there. The other one in Vivi Tinta was back here. Sorry about that. Here we go. This page I did with my friend Cindy. Hopefully, this is the first month I'm going to be trying to do this, but I'm going to try to add her picture here. We both went for that. Just like that, words are gone. Trying to get the lighting from the television shining on them. I think we both succeeded at that. Parts of this picture I really like. Other parts I feel like I could have done a better job. Either way, it's done in alcohol markers, white acrylic paint pen. Oh, or just a couple acrylic paint pens actually, because I see green up there. And again, the white gouache that's been watered down so I could put it over the bottle there. And yeah, that's her page. And that was a great buddy color. Cindy, thank you again for doing that with me. So those are the two pages in there. Sorry about that. I'm not looking at my own tabs, obviously. The next up was a Toki Doki coloring book. I've had this since it came out. I think it's like 2017 or something. 2016, there you go. This is the only page I had done in the book. It's very, very busy, as you can see. But I still keep it because I love Toki Doki. Like, I had a Toki Doki advent calendar for myself this year, so that was really fun. But I did this page. It is all straight alcohol markers. There's nothing else embellishing it at all. I just went straight with the alcohol markers. I will say there was some weirdness. I used hoo-hoo markers on this, and like some of them grayed, which I've never had happen. So if anybody else has, let me know in the comments because I'm very curious as to what happened. And this whole thing, I colored the whole background black again. That seems to be my go-to with this book. The 2 times I've colored in it because I don't know what to do with it. It's just too busy. But it's cute. I have Kawaii coloring book by Alexandra Franzese. This is the first time I'm coloring in this. And again, it's we found a Christmas picture to color. So here we go. I did this one. Just going to keep saying it. Alcohol markers, acrylic paint pens. For a second, I thought I used pencil for shading, but I have not. I did not bother with that. You can tell some days I'll have more time and some days I don't because there is the acrylic paint pen, or I have shaded some with my pencils, you know, but generally speaking, they're just quick and easy pages. This was really cute. I'm not sure how I feel about all of it. Like, I feel like I could have done a little better, but it's done. It's adorable, and it's in a book that hasn't been colored in. So that was Kawaii Coloring Book by Alexandra Franzese. I have Color Yuletide Coloring Book. This is a design original book, and the pages are done by Robin Pickens. This was a Christmas gift from my friend Poet last year. If you're watching, thank you again. And this is the first time I've gotten to color in it, so I made sure to get a page done in here. Alcohol markers, and for a change of pace, no acrylic paint pens, I have a gold jelly roll for this one. So that is what I did here. I had some trouble bleeding out on this one with the acrylic or the alcohol markers. I'm telling you, today is not a day for talking. But all in all, I cleaned it up as best I could, and I still think it's very cute. I purposely left the background white because I feel like it could be white on this one. Another first time coloring in a book, it's Tiny Animals by Jade Summer. This book is absolutely adorable. It's like tiny little angry animals, and a lot of them. I don't know. I just love it. But again, hadn't gotten to it yet, and there was a Christmas page, so we did that. Now this one, I remember specifically I was watching Christmas movies, and I had lots of time. I think I watched 2 or 3 movies that day. So tons of time. So this is all alcohol markers again. All the shadings done with alcohol markers. Really like how this turned out. I'll try to zoom it in editing if I can. I added light sources to all the parts, like highlights to where I thought these light bulbs would hit. So it kind of made it easier to keep going with making sure they were light. I normally don't do that with alcohol markers. I added a design to the background for the wallpaper. I think I added the bait. Yes, I did. I think I added a baseboard here, and I added a floor. And then the floor, I added some wood grain to it so that it looked more like wood because I didn't know what to do with it. It was just a clear flat page with just nothing on it. So I just added all that. What else did I do? I put some decoration on this box, like little circles. But yeah, everything else is just alcohol markers and me having a good time. From there, we move on to Christmas Cuties. Now, I did color in this last year. I did 2 buddy colors in here this year. I did this one with my friend Jackie, and again, we will try to make sure that her picture is right here. I normally don't do that because it's just extra stuff in editing, and I would like to share my buddy colors, but yeah, I hope I remember to do it. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, she and I did almost the same color palette without discussing it. We both have this teal in there. You know, you think Christmas, yeah, obviously we're both going to do red and green, possibly gold. But the teal was an addition, and it was really nice. It was cute to see. So there's mine. There's Jackie's over here, probably. And then I did another buddy color, and this one was with my friend Cindy. We did this cute little cat. Again, I'm putting hers over here, and I'm going to try and keep my hands still. Not that it matters, it's under. But yeah, I decided to go ahead and try and do a little pastel through here. I went with pinks instead of reds. Even the bow and the other bow are more of a pink tone. When she was done, I didn't feel like comfortable with her just there. So I added this band of dark green and this band of light green around her. And I think it kind of just put it on the page for me and made it easier. But yeah, those are my 2 pages in Christmas Cuties by Joshua Dunbar. The next new book I colored in is Kawaii Kitties Coloring. I don't know who does this. This is a Chartwell book, so it's all Shutterstock and such. The pages are very simple in here. And again, these were just a quick and easy. I got to color almost every day in Christmas, or if not almost, it was every day of December. So sometimes these are the pages you get to do. And I would leave markers out, and if I could color again, I would. This is just straight alcohol markers. There's not another thing on here. I did use a circle template. This page came with this cat and these 3 snowflakes, and it felt like not enough, so I added some green and red circles just to, you know, put something on the page. He's very cute. I like him. You'll see him again in a minute. Then I did this page. I don't know, man. Like, I just don't know. I didn't know what to do with colors. This is just a train wreck. And then there were these lines that went to nowhere. So I'm assuming there's like, I don't know, like a table back here maybe. It doesn't matter. It's colored. I had fun with it right up till I didn't. Cats are really cute. It's Christmas. There you go. This is that cat again from 2 pages ago. I did him the exact same colors again because everything was laying out. He's another cat that had snowflakes, so of course, no thinking at all, just none. Just went and added more green and red circles because the stencil was still out, the markers were still out. So I laughed because, where's he at? There he is. I feel like he was on a photo shoot and they just skipped a couple pages before they put his next picture in. You know, here's him with his Santa hat. Here's him with his reindeer horns. It's cute. And then there's this page, which is super simple. All alcohol markers, nothing else. I don't know what it is about this page, but I need this as like a vinyl for my journal. You know, if it was tiny. But love it. So that was Kawaii Kitties by Chartwell. Another book that was never colored in is Dimensions by Francois Gaultier. And I did this reindeer picture. I really can tell looking through these books that like sometimes I was in such a rush, or like this. I wish I spent more time on this, specifically the frames. But all in all, it's done. I did it. I'm glad I did it. If you don't know this book, it's the one that has all the grayscale in it. So you technically could just use markers. I just feel like it needs a little love. And I may go back and do that, and I may not. It just may stay this way. I am, however, annoyed as anything because I left out one set of pearls when I colored them with the glitter watercolor. So that's annoying, but it will do. Like I said, not entirely thrilled with it, but it was a day that I got to color, and I'm thankful for that. Oh, coloring books are starting to fall. The pile's getting large. Okay, next up, Mangatopia, Tiny Kawaii. This is illustrated by Liv Wan. I don't know if anybody saw my Christmas coloring books that I received. I received another Mangatopia book, and it just has, I don't remember the girl's name. If I can find it, I will just put it on the screen. It just had the woman's name here. It did not say illustrated by. I have 2 of these by Liv Wan, and they're beautiful. And she has an Instagram, and her drawings are very, very adorable. I mean, they're all in this book too, so they're just so cute. But the other one was like a collection of things from Shutterstock, and I don't like that. So if you're getting these Mangatopia books and you think they're all illustrated by somebody, please make sure it says illustrated if that bothers you, because I'm not thrilled that it's another Shutterstock book. I will color in it. It is in my collection. I am thankful for the gift, but I'm trying to veer away from those types of books. But Liv Wan's work is absolutely gorgeous. It's very cute, very kawaii. This is a Christmas page I found. I went with some more pastel-ish colors, and I did have a lot of time this day. So there's acrylic paint pens, just doing highlights and filling in the sky and the little sprinkles, and inside the poinsettia and inside the gumdrops. And then I also had enough time to go ahead and take some pencils to it and just give it a little bit of shading. Not a lot, it's just very cute. Love this page. I did add, I deepened the border because I went outside the lines because it's alcohol marker and it bled. The normal lines are thin on the outside of the picture. And I added, I think, yeah, no, that's there. Okay. They had a little thing there. So I thought this is the table, that's the wall, that's the colors I chose for it. But again, very fun page. Enjoyed this book a lot and I want to color in it again, but that was the first time in there. An oldie but a goodie. This is Floating 3D Mandalas by Tabitha Barnett. This is a project book I have with my friend Sherry. And we've colored in this multiple times and we're getting back into it now because I was gone for so long. So for December, we did this page. Sherry's will be here. And I use these as relaxing anyway. These are almost always just alcohol marker. And I just kind of do my thing. I do try to use up markers that are dying in here since I feel like I won't need to use too much of it. And it's mandala, so I'm okay if I have to switch colors or whatever. I don't want to do that in a page like the one I just showed you. So in these books, I like to do that. But here's the color palette I did for this. And then this is next month's, or January's page, which is where we are now. And this is also January. Okay, here's the other one. This one, again, alcohol markers, and I used silver gel pen for the center section. Here's Sherry's if you want to look at hers as well. And yeah, these are just quick and easy, fun things to color. I did try to go with like a Christmassy type of palette for this, just for fun because it's done in December. Yeah, I did label this one. Okay, good. But yeah, that is 3D Floating Mandalas by Tabitha L. Barnett. Another book that I bought for the Christmas season, because I did buy this as soon as I saw it. I forget what channel it was. I think it might have been Art Journey. I love this. Color Me Christmas for Kids. I don't know. The Color Me line, a lot of those feel childlike to me. This one does not. The images are adorable, but I don't think it's childlike at all. I think it's a lot of work. Or it could be a lot of work, depending on what you want to do with it. But yeah, just a little bit of it. I didn't trust the paper because I didn't feel like waiting to find out. And I wanted to use watercolor. So I did my page. I printed it on some cheap watercolor that would go through my printer. I still had like a little bit of issue. I don't know if it's visible. There's black all through here, but that's fine. Like, it's fine. So I photocopied it onto paper and I used gabi or graby watercolors for everything. I based everything in a watercolor. And then I used my super colors, the Caran d'Ache super color watercolor pencils for just cleaning up and for small things. And then I used the Jelly Roll pens all through here. The whole scarf, all the detailing is Jelly Roll pens. Same with the blankets over their backs, the robin scarf, and like all the bushes and things like that. It was a lot of fun. This was with my friends Jackie and Deb, sorry. So I'll put theirs here. After we finished this, they told me the paper was really good. So I do have another buddy color with Jackie in here. We're going to do this page. She already finished hers. I did not get to it in December. I don't know what it is about these pages. I think they're so cute that I didn't want to rush through them or, use them as simple coloring. So I will get that done in January, Jackie. It is a winter page, so it'll be okay. So is this one. It's not totally Christmas. It's just kind of winter. But yeah, now they told me the book is really good and the paper's really nice. So I'll be coloring in the book for my next page. New book, first time coloring in it. This is Coco Hygge Place. And again, we found the Christmas page in the non-Christmas book. And I colored it alcohol markers. Everything's outlined in acrylic paint pen. But this time I was able to use some pencils and just kind of go over and give some shading to some of the stuff on the page. And I do like how it turned out. It's just a very simple page. At the beginning of the season, David picked up this book for me, Vintage Christmas Coloring. Not sure where it came from. It's called New Seasons, is the company that makes it, and I believe it's all Shutterstock based on the fact that there's 9 million different styles in it. It does not tell me in the front of the book, nor does it tell me in the back. And it doesn't really tell me back here. But I have to assume that's what it is. And I'm okay with it. Like I said, I'm just trying to avoid getting more of those. But this book has a quote on the right, or on the left, and the picture on the right. And I figure I don't really care about the quote, so I could use alcohol markers. I could do anything I wanted in here. However, I used water-based markers to test them out in the book. More about my water-based marker journey in my plans video. But lots of bleed through because I have a heavy hand, I think. Or the paper's not good. Either way, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Single-sided. But yeah, I played with water markers all the way through here, water-based markers. And that's all that's on here. It's just water-based markers and me messing around trying to figure out how much time I have before I have to put the next color on. I will tell you, this book loved Crayola. I used Colors of the World for all the brown stuff. It loved the Crayola. They stayed wet. It kind of like sat on top. But some of the other ones you could feel like, well, you can't, but I can. You can feel they're very like about ready to pill. But it was a fun time. And I liked coloring it as a wallpaper page. So I thought I could sacrifice it if it went wrong. But it's okay. So there you go. That was Vintage Christmas by New Seasons Publishing. Then I have a book from my friend Deb. She bought it for me last Christmas and I have not been coloring. This is Hello Retro Christmas by Racine. And this will be my first page in this book. And this was a very fun, easy page to do. All alcohol markers. And I used an acrylic paint pen for highlights on the ornaments. I did take a gray, well, 2 grays. I used a gray for the tree, and then I used a darker gray. I can't tell if it looks like zebra stripes. I was aiming for birch trees, but, you know, you get what you get. It was a fun time, so that's all that matters. And that was from Hello Retro Christmas. We are getting there. I did quite a bit. Like I said, I made it easy for myself this month. And did a lot of alcohol, so alcohol markers, sorry. All right, I'm over here cracking myself up. So yeah, there's a lot of pages this month, and I am thankful that I got to do so many. This page is a fail in my book, and that's okay. I'm still going to share it. I'm not embarrassed by what I consider failures. They're just opportunities to learn. Okay. So this is one of those pages with a bunch of stuff on it, all these little images, and there was nothing else. So I added a border because, of course, I did. And then I thought, well, let's make it like they're on a table. So I put a little plaid back there like it's some kind of table or something. I don't know. And then I thought, well, that's really busy and I don't like it. So then I added more because, of course, you do. It's too busy. I don't like it. Add more to it. I don't know. My logic doesn't always work well. But I added a gray border around them so they would look like flake stickers. I don't know if it worked out or not, but that was my plan. I'm going to play with this some more on these wallpaper pages that I don't know what to do with. I'm definitely going to try that some more. Definitely not going to put a plaid background behind it when it's already this freaking busy. I stayed with a really simple color palette and yet somehow still too much. But you live and you learn. And it's a finished page. And it's in a new book. So there was Spooky Cutie by Coco. Then it's Fairy Homes, another first page in a book. This is by Jade Summer. And of course, I did find the Christmas page in this one. And here she is. This one, I don't know. Like, I started out in high hopes, thought I was doing something good. I think this was too complicated. There's too much going on for the style of coloring I was attempting to do through the month of December. So it's done. I'm not going to go back and revisit it. I'm not going to add to it. I am going to date it because I didn't do that, and I'm going to do it right now because if I don't, I won't. Alcohol markers, acrylic paint pens. I did get a chance to go over some of it with pencils. I tried to make it look like a wall behind it and a table under it. Don't know if I succeeded in that. Don't know if I'm really thrilled with it. The colors are cohesive. I feel like I did get somewhere, but if I was taking my time, I would have added to the light here. I would have shaded the house and this part down here and the sled. As it is, it's done. I like it. I'm okay with it. So we're going to close the book on that, and we'll visit this book again in the spring because there's a ton of cute stuff in here. Now we have my folder of, I keep wanting to say flat pieces of paper. That is not it. Like freebies and printouts and things like that. This one I did during our D&D game this month. I always have to have something to do, so I brought down my 18 pack of Pablos. I got those last year to try them out, and I only have the 18 pack till I figure out if I like them or not. You can get a lot of colors out of them. There's 18, and you can really blend a bunch of different greens, a bunch of different everythings, just layering the pencils. It's really nice. This was not the paper for them, and that's fine. That's what you do, you test. So this is all pencil except this garland around the middle that's like Christmas balls, I guess. I did that with gel pens because I frankly gave up at that point. I don't know, like I wasn't going to sit there and do that with pencils and shade them and whatnot. I did use acrylic paint pen for the Christmas baubles here that look like crystals, and on the candy canes just to give them some shine, and the lollipops, and the other Christmas balls as well. I did use, and I'm glad I tried it on this, it's a Derwent blender pen, and I used it on this. This is like cardstock basically, but when I applied it to the pencil, I just didn't feel like burnishing or getting rid of the tooth the regular way with the pencil, so I just went with this. But it really did like bleach the color through the cardstock, so good to know before I use it in the two-sided book. Moving on, I did this one. This was a freebie from Sugah Sweet. He did a color along with it, and if you haven't checked out his channel, you got to check it out. It's just great. And he does do a lot of pencil reviews and shares freebies with you and does color alongs that are very entertaining and educational, honestly. So yeah, go check him out if you get a chance. But this was a fun one. I did this with all pencils. It is it was not the pencils he was using when he demonstrated that set of pencils with this page. I used Prang pencils. I am going through my pencils set by set to decide if I want to keep them or get rid of them, and I'm trying them on a few different types of paper because my collection has grown so large that it's time to really get rid of the ones I'm not going to use. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see a video about, or see me try all these pencils on different pages so that, you know, I can determine what I want to do with them. But that would be a fun video if you wanted to see it. And then I have this advent calendar. This is from Gabby Wolf, and it was a freebie. This was not a buddy color with Anne from Pretty Pages 71, but she did this every day of December, and I would watch her video, and I would color my own square my own way. I only took out a very limited selection of markers, and this is what you see is what you get. That's what I did. I'm squeaking on the desk. And then after the fact, when it was all finished, I just went back with some stickles and added a couple for just like, you know, I don't know, whatever. And there's some acrylic paint pen on here just for highlights and fun. And I did the snowflakes with the acrylic as well. But yeah, this was a great time. All in all, I think my Christmas coloring was a success. I was able to do it every day, and I was able to do things I enjoyed. They're not all my best work. They're just completed pages and things that helped with my mental state and keeping me calm throughout a very busy holiday season. So I hope you enjoyed seeing them, and I'll be back with my January plans and my goals for 2025 in the next couple of videos. So until then, my friends, have yourselves a very colorful day. Bye.